Okay, let's punch out a course. Hi guys, Lewis here, and I just wanted to formally welcome you to the course. I'm super excited to have you here. I think you're going to get heaps out of this course. It's going to be pretty straightforward and streamlined. I think the biggest problem with trying to create online courses is the amount of time that you spend going backwards and forwards trying to think about the tiny little pieces that get put together to make a course. Let's think in broad strokes. Let's get a majority of our course content shot and captured. Let's make sure that we've got a clear and consistent path to move forward. Let's make sure that you've got the subject matter that you're an expert in, and let's make sure that you are feeling comfortable and happy in the right mindset to create a course. So one of the main things that I sort of try and talk and work with students on is how they feel about making the course, because it's one thing to be able to write it down on a piece of paper. It's a whole nother thing to be able to capture it on a computer or a camera like this. So a big part of what I'm going to talk to you about is less about the tactics, which we will sort of cover in further modules within the course. But the stuff that's really going to make or break your production of course material is how you're thinking up here, how you feel about the entire process, whether you are pumped and excited to create content. And that is sort of the crux of it, right? If your mindset is ready to be able to create a course, if you are feeling confident, if you're feeling passionate about what you're going to talk about, if you've got a safe space set up like this, and you have the right tech tools in place, then there should be no barriers, right? I, for one, have sat here and stared at this camera for days on end, right? And nothing helps me move the course forward more than just creating. And it's a really hard barrier to get over initially. But once we get you there, you are going to be producing more and more and more content. And that is sort of the key to this whole thing. The ground rules and the cheat sheets and the workbooks and the coaching calls backwards and forwards, all of that stuff's kind of easy, right? We can give you all of that stuff. The stuff that we can't do, the stuff that I can't control from this side of the camera is your mindset. Not yet, at least. So what we're going to try and do is set you up with the framework and the intellectual and mental framework to be able to move your course forward, to be able to capture content that's going to be useful to your customers, to your users, to your course participants. And we are really going to push forward with the creation of things. I think one thing about online courses, books, membership sites, meetups, forums, blog posts, super duper easy to get the knowledge, super duper hard to action the knowledge that you've been given, right? I'm a reader. I'll openly state that I read a lot, like a lot of information. I consume a lot, and I try not to consume that information on social media, but I consume a lot via reading. And the stuff that makes its way into my day and sets me apart from older versions of myself, because there's no point comparing yourself to anyone else except yourself, is action, right? The only thing that really and truly matters when creating a course is action. So I keep a few little things on my desk here, and I'll just walk you through them. I have a phone, obviously, that's the incredible way to stay both productive and unproductive. You need to be very conscious about the types of things you have on your phone, the types of notifications you have set up on your phone, the type of apps that you have installed on your phone. And there's a reason for that. No one wants to spend a life of poverty, intellectual or monetarily, wasted on social media. At least I don't, and I hope you don't, because that's why you're here, right? Is to break the mold of the old you and to push forward past some of the old habits that you used to have. And one of the habits we're going to try and focus on killing in this course is getting rid of unhealthy habits that might be present on your devices. The other thing I do is keep a goals journal. A lot of people keep notebooks or moleskins or sheets of paper. I don't really care what it is, right? It's about having somewhere to store your ideas. You journal your ideas. Get everything that's in your head out of your head. Now, I used to have a digital brain. I still do, right? not because I'm a cyborg or a robot, but because I like to use online tools that allow me to put down all the stuff that's in my head and consolidate all that information and archive that information and categorize that information. Still super important. We'll go through apps and the types of apps that you can use to stay more productive and to help you produce better online courses, books, whatever. But one of the things that I don't think you can replace is a tactile workbook, something that lets you flick through the pages. There's been studies that show that the tactile nature of paper is actually something that helps your learning outcomes. So the better able we are to capture milestones and things on our to-do list and goals, the more likely we are to succeed. Just touching on goals quickly, I think one thing that I've found really helpful, and I'm sure you will too, is having a clearly defined goal. I think it's easy to create a course if there's no goal, and I think it's super duper difficult to create a course if there is a goal that you've got in the back of your head. The difference between a goal that's in the back of your head and a goal that you have drafted on a piece of paper is the impact of the effort that you put towards those things. Now, a goal in the back of your head will bounce around for days, if not years, right? We've all been there, and it's one of those things that just sits there persistently in the back of your head like a voice. You need to make that course. You want financial freedom. You want to break free of 9 to 5, yada, yada, yada. The difference, or the thing that's really going to give you success, is to capture that goal on a piece of paper. Could be a butcher's piece of paper, could be a napkin, ideally a journal that you can carry around. And then what you want to do with that goal is start to break that goal up into small incremental pieces, right? Small incremental pieces that you can spread out over a period of time and then iteratively work through each of those individual tasks. Now, there's different ways to splice and dice your road to a goal. I'm going to give you a framework that I think is going to seriously improve your productivity and really help you get past some of those speed humps on your way to creating an online course. And I think if you can embrace that style of actionable output, you're going to see huge impacts, not just in course creation life, but in your personal life as well. So some big ideas and some big goals and some big ambitions. I have them. I hope you do too. I'd really like to see you succeed as a result of this course, and I probably won't rest until I've seen you at least make some significant headway into your new life. So get excited, get pumped up. I'm super excited that you're here, and jump into the next module, and it will outline a bit of the course structure and the way forward for you as a course creator. Cheers.